I would like to give my interpretation of a passage from the New Testament. And according to Hegel, philosophy and religion are two modes of expressing the one same truth, and I will try to comment on a passage of the Bible with my own understanding of philosophy. This is Ephesians 4:4 in English. There is one body and one spirit, even as also ye were called in one hope of your calling. In the language of Spinoza, it means that there is one substance whose two attributes are thought and extension. This is, in the Bible, body and spirit. One Lord, one faith, one baptism. All world religion partly express the same fundamental truth, and Christianity is the totality which contains all world religions within itself. One God and Father of all, who is over all and through all and in all. This means that the world is permeated by the essence of God, and that's why He's through all, that everything is within God, but He is over all, which in Hegelian language means that the logical idea which make the world move is the super sensible, metaphysical, supernatural principle which make things come into being and change and all that. When He, Christ, ascended on high, He led captivity captive and gave gifts unto men. Now this He ascended, what is it but that He also descended into the lower parts of the earth? He that descended is the same also that ascended far above all the heavens, that He might fill all things. This is an idea that we find in Hermeticism, that which is above is that which is below. And we found that already in Heraclitus, the Greek pre-Socratic philosopher, who said that the path upward and the path downward are one and the same. So you find Hermeticism and speculative logic in the Bible. Till we all attain unto the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, unto a full-grown man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ. The unity of faith and knowledge of the Son of God, in Hegel's interpretation of philosophy, the Son is nature. And to attain unity of knowledge is that each part of nature, each thinking man and woman in the world shall understand itself as being a mode, to speak like Spinoza, of the one substance, or a window of consciousness open onto nature. And the unity of knowledge is that each singular window of consciousness, each singular individual shall come into understanding of itself in relation to all other individuals and in relation to the whole, and therefore acquire a knowledge of itself, and through that nature the Son, in Hegel's view, will arrive at a full understanding of itself. And the stature of the fullness of Christ, Christ is full, because in Hegelian language it is a concrete, that which unites within itself its own opposition, its own negative, and dialectically transcend the negative moment, and becomes concrete and wirklich effective by that. But speaking truth in love, we may grow up in all things into Him who is the head, even Christ. Here, speaking truth in love means what Spinoza means by amor intellectualis Dei, the intellectual love of God, is that to understand through the intellect how things really are in the mind of God. And through that you have to come to a cognitive understanding of reality. And then, from whom all the body fitly framed and knit together through that which every joint supplieth, according to the working in due measure of each several part, maketh the increase of the body unto the building up of itself in love. This is the definition of an idea that we find in Kant and in Hegel. An idea is a conceptual totality which determines and contains within itself and arranges the relationships within all the parts within itself. And for Hegel, the absolute truth is the absolute idea itself, and nature is the idea in its otherness, and spirit is the idea coming back into itself by understanding itself, and it's a conceptual organism, if you will. It means that every part of the idea, of which we are all parts, is determined and in reciprocal relationship with all the other parts, and it is the totality which determines the place, function, determinations of each part within the whole. So this is an exegesis of the Bible through what I have understood about philosophy.